is happening, everybody? We are in episode 2 of the Gnarly Daren Hour. I am Gnarly Daren, and with me to the left is Mr. Pete Tonda.
Hello.
What is happening, everybody? We have made it to episode 2. Before we get started, I do want to deeply apologize to Mr. Tonda.
Uh-oh, what'd you do?
Well, you see, what had happened was...
You shit-talked me again, didn't you?
No. See, last night, in case people don't know, in case you're living under a rock or whatever happened, I don't know. Myself and Mr. Pete Tonda are in a rock band called 19 Till Dawn.
Yeah.
Last night, we were at band practice at the Bass Cave.
Bass Cave.
And while we were gone, my wife was kind of enlisted to entertain the evening. And during that time, they went to one of my favorite Mexican restaurants.
Oh.
So, that being the case, since she knew that's my favorite restaurant, she brought me leftovers. And while I did very much enjoy partaking in those leftovers last evening, I got a little gassy today. My ass has been talking. So it might become offensive.
You keep your ass over there.
But I'm not to blame. You put a burrito in front of me, I'm gonna eat it. And ladies, could you come out here, please?
Yeah.
Which one's mine? I got these twins. Okay, this one's mine. This one. Okay, so which one of you two is at fault? All right. So you can blame Miss Princess Anya here because she's the one that wanted burritos last night, and now I have a serious gas problem.
That's not her fault.
I mean, it was pretty bad. I mean, my bedroom today actually smelled like a sewer. I'm not even gonna lie about
That's
that.
old man belly.
Well, I mean, I guess you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I do want to say hi to these two lovely ladies here, competitive dancers for center stage.
Clearly, Dad. Clearly.
Also, this one is a theatrical thespian. Has been in Aladdin. Has been in The Claw. Has been in Mary Poppins. So we got a little professional actress, two professional dancers. So they wanted to say hi real quick. So hi.
Real quick.
Real quick.
Hi.
All right. Now go away. Shoo fly. Shoo fly. Anyway.
That's not very nice.
Well, I'm Gnarly Daren. I'm not supposed
Matter
to
of
be
fact,
nice.
it's kind of a dick move.
That's the only move I know.
I know you do.
All right, so first topic of discussion for the day. My little gimmick that I wanted to do, this whole little talk into the future thing that I did last show, kind of backfired a little bit because the production company that I wanted to talk about, Black Hole Media, has gone kaput. They
Kaput.
from the time that I talked before to now, they have completely disbanded. It's really too bad because the individual I was working with, Nuri Baswell, is an amazing cinematographer, an amazing director. I was working with him with something called Who Sent You? They got 3/4 of the way done, and then it all dissolved. But what I saw of the project so far was looking fantastic. This guy really knows his stuff. Nuri, if you're watching, I've got so much respect for you. I really want to work with you again. It's the Black Hole Media thing. It's very unfortunate. I did get a chance to watch Leo in between the last couple shows, and again, I mean, he was such an amazing cinematographer. The work that he did, the way that things looked, it looked phenomenal. It looked professional. It looked like something that you would see in a theater. It looked amazing. It's really too bad that it's not going further with Black Hole Media. Hey, you know what? I give credit where credit is due. Nuri is an amazing cinematographer, and I got no shame in saying so. The actors did a great job too. It's really a shame that that everybody involved, all the things that's happening, it's gone under. But hopefully we'll get back on track in some other way. I'll get a chance to work with Nuri again in the future. I know that will happen. I've talked to him a little bit on the side. He's in a few other projects right now, but we'll get together someday.
What?
I don't know. He's a secretive guy. The stuff he's working on.
New Spider-Man?
A new Spider-Man. No.
Oh.
No, but yeah, it's too bad. So I guess the talking into the future thing didn't quite work in this case. So what are you gonna do? So
Not talking into the future.
well, I'm still gonna do it anyway
Take
because
it month by month.
well, who does that? It's boring.
Yeah.
It's a gimmick. It's gonna work. This time it's gonna work better. So, moving right along, since there's not really much to talk about because that company doesn't exist anymore.
Ooh, I know what we can talk about.
What's that?
We can talk about the people, the lovely companies that endorse our band.
Oh, let's do that. Yes, absolutely. So, the show doesn't have any sponsors yet, but the band certainly does.
We do.
Red Symbols
Red Symbols.
out of Australia.
Great cymbal company. Dylan Redman is the guy that owns it. Get a hold of him at redcymbals.com and he'll hook you up with some good cymbals. I've been with them for I think it's 4 years now.
Yeah.
4 years it's been since I've been endorsed by Red Symbols.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Man, I'm getting old as hell.
Yeah, you are.
Another good company, XL Drumsticks. I got hooked up with them from Paul Crosby. You know Paul Crosby?
I do know Paul Crosby.
Paul Crosby
Yeah.
from Saliva. He's
Saliva?
a drummer. He got me...
Click, click, boom.
Yeah, he got me endorsed under XL Drumsticks. Great company.
He has not used another set of sticks ever since. Like you've been using them sticks a long time.
And
Wearing
still got a lot of
wearing
them
their
left.
shirts.
Still got a lot of them left, too.
Yeah. We got the stickers right on the base head.
They'd be XCEL drumsticks.com. Look them up. Get you some drumsticks. Good guys. Right across the lake here in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin?
Yep. They
I
sure are.
had to bring up the mental geography map to figure that one out. Red Symbols,
Red
excellent.
Symbols, great company.
XL Drumsticks, great company.
Great company.
Definitely get involved. Get looking at them. If you're a drummer, you're gonna love it, and you will not regret it.
Yeah.
So
Get you some.
yes. So I want
And
to
tell them I sent you.
Yes. Chris Sparrow though. You probably ain't gonna know who Pete Tonda is, to be honest with you. Yeah, Pete Tonda sent me.
Well, he'll know when he watches the video.
That's true. That's true. All
He'll
right.
be like, oh, that's Chris.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, moving on. I've been seeing a lot of articles and a lot of videos lately about the '80s and hate from the '80s, and I don't understand where this is all coming from. I was reading an article the other day that was just bashing the idea that the '80s was a political mess and it was a racial mess, and all I could think of was, has anybody looked out the window lately?
Right.
Because I mean, there's always going to be
I
those.
don't
kind of
remember
problems.
all that from the 80s.
No, well, I mean, when we were kids, and the biggest reason I wanted to talk about this is because being a kid growing up in the '80s was amazing. It was the greatest time to grow up. It's just a world of fun. We had
Fun.
yeah. I mean,
It was fun.
the music. Okay, so the music. There was some great music, and there was some not. I was listening to a lot of '60s stuff in the '80s, and by the '90s, I was listening to '70s stuff. So I never quite caught up.
He's a closet Flock of Seagulls fan.
Yeah, hey, I ran when I heard the Flock of Seagulls. I ran so far away
Yeah, I bet you did.
to go see him play. Wait, what? No.
Did you have the hairdo?
I did not have the hairdo. No, I was actually going mullets and stuff. But we didn't call them mullets. I don't remember that ever being called a mullet until the '90s.
No.
I don't remember hearing
It was
the word
definitely
mullet.
called the mullet in the 80s.
I don't remember being it called a mullet until Billy Ray Cyrus came out in the '90s. Then I heard the word mullet.
Billy Ray.
But when I was younger, it was just long hair. And for some people like me, I couldn't, when I grew my hair out, I couldn't grow my hair out. It only grew in that spot. So it was like a natural mullet. It's not like it was styled that way. It's not like, it just the front, just the bangs just stayed the bangs. And then the back just grew out.
Where your boyfriend had the handhold on the back.
I mean,
hey,
you do what you gotta do, I guess.
20.
Dude, I was 10. What were you, like 30?
Oh, God, let me see.
85?
How old are you?
I am 47. Young.
Wow. That's right, you were born in 70 what?
75.
70. So you're only 4 years younger than me.
Yeah, but that's almost half a decade.
That's not... Almost, yeah, it is almost.
Yeah. So, but yeah, the type of hate that I've been seeing and the stuff that it's written by people that just weren't there.
Yeah, it's got to be because the 80s were great.
It was just a lot of fun. I mean, God, Saturday morning cartoons, man. How can you beat that? And one of the things in one of the articles that I read was that every show, every TV show, everything was trying to sell something. Like every cartoon there was toys attached to it. Star Wars had toys attached to it. Like everything was just every cartoon you would watch on Saturday morning was a 30-minute commercial. So what? I mean, I got to have my He-Man guys playing along to the show while I was watching He-Man, G.I. Joe, or Star, all of those. I mean, it was just fun. It was just, I don't know.
People ain't got nothing else better to do these days than to get mad at internet stuff. So, I mean really, that's...
Yeah. I mean,
we didn't have all that. We had go outside.
Yeah.
And don't come back till dinner.
One of the things I was talking to, I got a son, one of my kids is 19. Not the 21-year-old that just turned 21. And the segue into that real quick, the show we just did a couple weeks ago with the Emerald Hour and Mud Bucket, man, what a great show. If you were there, thank you for being a part of that party. It was awesome. If you weren't there, I'll tell you what, you missed out. We had a great time. My son got blitzed.
Yeah, he did. He did get, yeah.
It was.
I reminded me of back in the day, though. It was great.
It was great. We were driving from the venue, and every 10 minutes he'd be like, Dad, stop the car. Dad, stop the van. And he just opened the van up and just, wow. And he was sitting on the left side of the van, not the right. So he blew chunks all over the middle of the road, not the gutter, the side of the road, right dead center of the street.
That's how you mark your territory through where we're at, Grand Rapids.
Yes.
That's how you mark your territory in Grand Rapids.
Yeah. Took him to get some pancakes because I thought maybe some pancakes and maybe some plain toast might help soak some of that up. Spent the whole time kissing that toilet, sitting on the floor.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
But it was a great time. My daughter,
it's pretty much a prison toilet.
That's gonna get.
Oh yeah, not Lenny's. Was that Lenny's?
Lenny's, right? Yes.
That's not the name. They don't know that.
That's true.
Just in their dumb commercials.
That was a great, because again, 80s. Great commercial.
They did have good commercials. Yeah.
Where's the beef? That was another one.
Yeah. I remember that lady. Because you only saw her every commercial.
Yes, every other commercial was back to.
Yeah.
But so my daughter, 24-year-old daughter.
Can't say that either. Beep.
Yeah. Love that, by the way.
Okay. Just use your one thing and put it over it. Because that was just hilarious.
So anyway, my daughter, 24-year-old daughter, got him a bottle of Jaeger, in a little gift bag.
Half pint. That was a pint.
Yeah, it might have been a pint. I don't
think
remember.
It was a pint.
I think it's still in the van, actually. I forgot all about it. But anyway, I was trying, the keyword, to keep everything on the up and up and keep him sober until midnight. Mostly because we were at a venue that's pretty strict about people in there being under 21 years old. So, we were kind of
supposed to tell that part.
I mean,
Anyway, it was his birthday, and she
got him drunk in the parking lot before it was even dark outside. He walked in and
But you know what? That's a good sister.
Yeah.
That's good.
And she knew he was going to be safe because he was going to be with us all night, so.
Matter of fact, I picked at your sister the whole night.
What did my poor sisters do to you?
Nothing. I was just messing with her. It was hilarious because she kept telling me I couldn't get her again 3 times.
Oh, the tap on the shoulder thing?
Yeah, oh, yeah, actually, yeah, it was fun. Yeah, I was tapping her on the shoulder, and she looked, and then she hit me one time.
Oldest trick in the book. Absolute oldest trick in the book.
But it worked 3 times in a row.
All right, well.
And then her husband was like, yeah, I do that to her, too. I was like, yeah, cool.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty sad.
It's
if she's
husband,
falling for it between...
Boyfriend, husband?
Yeah, husband. Yeah, they're both married.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
To each other.
Katie and Kelsey are both married. Both of the sisters that were there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no, I couldn't even remember her name. She made me feel like an idiot. I was like, dude, yeah, I know you. What's my name? I couldn't remember.
Anyway.
So I just felt like an idiot.
Well, you should have.
Well, how am I supposed to know your sister's names? Not like to hang out. I don't see them.
Yeah, I think you've seen him. I mean, I see him maybe once a year.
I think I've seen her maybe twice. Maybe once did she come to...
She was at...
Megan's graduation.
Okay, I saw her then. Graduation, yep.
And then the last time I saw her was when we ate...
had the picnic thing last year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the only 2 times I've ever
Yeah, I mean, my family, I'm pretty far away from all of my other family. And then I've got 2 other sisters on my dad's side that I probably haven't seen in a couple years. We tried to get together for Christmas, and that fell through. Michelle, Heather, I miss you guys terribly. We need to get something going. So, anyway, now that we've digressed a little bit.
A lot. It's okay. We got to fill a big space.
An hour, yeah. Okay, so I want to talk back of, like, not only were those 80s there's also a lot of Hades.
I like it.
Revisions going on, because we had we had Full House that kind of went from the 80s into the 90s, but it was still 80s for a time. We had Full House, then we had Fuller House, we had Quantum Leap, now we have Quantum Leap again. There's a lot of revisitation of things that were going on back in the day that are coming back again as sequel series. And Night Court is back. That 90s show, which is, I mean, that was the 90s, but that was from that 70s show. Now they got that 90s show. They keep on going back and revisiting shows from the past and doing it again. And kind of what I wanted to talk about was people are calling them reboots. And there's a difference between a reboot and a sequel series. A reboot means they're taking the name and they're completely redoing it. The female Ghostbusters was a reboot. It's like, we're redoing the story again. All that past stuff never happened. This is a new story, but it's an old story, but we're redoing it and we're recasting it, and it's brand new, but it's not. That's a reboot.
Wasn't that garbage?
I can't say because I've never seen it.
Oh,
I've never seen it because I heard it was garbage, but I can't give an opinion because I never actually did that. I did watch the sequel Ghostbusters that had the kid from Stranger Things in it. That was good. They did a great job. They did some really good callbacks. They did, what I thought was what a sequel series should be. It was, they tailored. I know a lot of people complain about the fact that they tailor to old fans. When somebody does something like that, they're like, oh, well, you're just pandering to the original fans. Well, isn't that what the point is? Yeah. And it's, I mean, if it's being made for people of our generation that enjoyed the original and they want to see the story continued, then of course there's certain things that we want to see. A reboot is for people that are not us, that are getting reintroduced to an old idea with a brand new platform. Or
I thought reboots were just
garbage.
People that can't come up with something.
That's exactly.
Because like they keep doing these movies.
So let's go back and a few years ago, and I'm so glad this never happened. But several years ago, they were talking about rebooting the Highlander.
No, they are. I could have swore I just.
Oh,
saw
please
something
don't
where
tell
they're
me.
redoing that. I could have swore I
No.
just saw something about a new Highlander.
Because last I heard, that idea was scrapped, and they were going to use Tom Cruise as
No.
Ramirez, which was Sean Connery's character, and they were going to use Tom Cruise was going to be Ramirez, which would just not work at all.
You kind of short for that.
He was short to be Reacher too, and they still made him Reacher.
Well, that's.
Which, by the way, that new Reacher show, holy cow! Because the guy from Titans, the guy that played Hawk from Titans, is playing Reacher now. He's a big dude, and he fits the part. And the whole my wife and I binged it last week. I think it's only 8 episodes for the first season, but it was so good.
Wait till the new Fallout series comes out.
Yeah, I haven't seen much about that, but I
did see some stuff on. They got like 8 episodes coming out.
Okay.
But
Do you know when?
Sometime this year. That's all I know.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that'll be awesome too. Because Fallout, I've been a fan of the Fallout since the first one. I think I started playing them in 2000, 2001 maybe. It's hard to remember now. My friend Brian sent it to me. I was stationed in Vegas at the time, and he was like, "You got to play this game." And I took one look at the graphics, and I was like, "Really?" Because it's like kind of the overhead.
Like first one or the second?
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah.
The first one before they went to the. What would you consider the third and fourth one? That's more of a 3D. It's not really first-person shooter because you can do
Or
it over
3D,
the shoulder. You can do an over-the-shoulder view, or you can make
like
it first
4,
person.
I would say it was a third person because you can go through any first or third.
Yeah, first. Yeah, because you can do first person or third person. So those ones were fun too, but that actually took me getting used to because I got used to the overhead view of the original 2, and I just always enjoyed the story. I thought it was a great idea. I thought it was so many generations growing up inside of a vault. You don't even know what the world outside is like. It's kind of like how things are now. People are so plugged in under the internet, and nobody goes outside anymore.
You're right. We live in Fallout.
We live in Fallout.
Minus all the dirty underwear.
Or the Matrix, whichever one.
The Matrix. Could be Matrix. Yeah.
Which is another thing. Like there's been some shows that I've been watching lately that really kind of had a Matrix feel to it. One of them was called Peripheral. It's another one that my wife and I were binging. It's basically about this girl that they're into gaming, kind of like the virtual video gaming thing.
No.
Yeah, but they get these goggles. They get hired by this company to beta test this game.
All right.
But it turns out that it's actually a link. They're being linked to the future. So every time they put the goggles on, they're actually in an avatar that was made for them, like a robot, like a walking love doll. But
all right.
But in the future, like 80 years in the future or something, and they put on the goggles and they get zapped into England in the future, and they see what everything is like, and they think they're in a game, and it turns out they're actually there. And
Did they make a movie like that in the 80s or something? I mean, pretty much kind of on that same lines.
I mean,
seems like I remember a movie similar to that.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. There was a TV show in the early 90s called VR that was like that. They got so their brain got so involved in what the ER situation was like, they never knew if they were in the real world or in the game world.
All right.
That's kind of a cool idea too.
All
But
right.
Peripheral to me kind of made me think of the Matrix, kind of like which, what world are you actually in when you put these goggles on or take them off? Which one is real? And I can just see it be getting that way someday. People are so plugged in like that.
Yeah, badly. They believe everything they read online too.
It's because
I'm a
it's all
French
true.
model.
You look like a French model.
I know it. Look like a French model.
Buongiorno.
Great movie.
If you haven't seen Inglourious Bastards,
You gotta see it. It's a great movie.
Yeah, anything by Tarantino. I don't think he's made anything
Minus
yet that
Pulp
I don't
Fiction.
like. Pulp Fiction is amazing.
No.
Yeah. My 19-year-old just
Or the
watched Pulp
Hateful
Fiction
Eight.
the other
Sorry,
day.
I didn't like the Hateful Eight either. It's kind of long and boring.
Okay, that one I still have yet to really sit down and pay attention to the whole thing. So once again, I can't make an opinion on Hateful Eight, but I did love Pulp Fiction. Loved Pulp Fiction. That might be one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
But
Inglourious Basterds is great.
yeah,
I give Tarantino credit on that.
yeah, and it's hilarious.
It is hilarious.
So we talked a little bit about Fallout being made into a movie, video games being made into movies.
TV show.
Well, video games being made into TV shows. TV shows, movies, it's all, I mean, going from video game to screen. How about that?
There you go.
So it misses its mark a lot when it comes to I mean, you know, Dungeon Siege or Blood Rain. What was the one with what was the one with the zombies where they it was a really big game in the 90s.
Resident Evil.
Resident Evil, yeah. Yeah, as
Great
much
game. I only played 2, but that was a great game.
Yeah, I think I played 2 and then I played the prequel,
the one
Resident Evil 0.
Where you had one disc for the guy and one disc for the girl.
Was it separate discs? I know you could play
Or 2.
one or the other, but I can't remember if you changed the disc for it. Probably, because PS1 had a lot of that. I just finished Final Fantasy VIII, and they still, when you save, depending on what area you're on, it still says if you're on disc 1, disc 2, disc 3, even though now with the revisited version of that, you don't change discs anymore. But it did make me remember back to the PlayStation 1 or early PC games, too. You had to change your discs out. You got to certain areas.
Sure did. A couple games. Yeah. I had a PS1. I think it's probably the last console game I owned.
Oh, wow.
It was probably PS1. I don't think I ever had the 2.
Man, you're old.
I am old. Or I just didn't like PS or console games to switch over to computer games.
You can cheat more on computer games.
They look better.
Get into console.
And they're bigger. Generally bigger.
Well, yeah, because I don't think you could... At the time that Morrowind came out, you wouldn't have been able to put that on.
Oh, geez, I remember that.
Morrowind was a huge game for the time.
I remember playing that, and the damn game was so big, it would freeze up, and if you forgot to save it, you lost all the progress.
Yeah, it was really bad. Yeah, there was a time, believe it or not, before games had the auto-save, and you had to actually remember to save your game. Otherwise, you could spend hours, you can get all of this stuff done and feel so accomplished, and then you lose power or something kicks you out, or next thing you know, you lost all of that and didn't save anything.
I mean, you got to do it over again, but you also got to do extra stuff that you didn't do the first time. That's true. Because you got to go back, and I missed that.
That's true, but at the time, you're so frustrated, you get up and walk away for a little bit.
Yeah. That was before we tore it all up because we died or something. Remember, you know how like people do that now, and they have big baby fits and tear up their games and stuff when they die.
My 19-year-old son has literally destroyed phones because he would play this game on his phone and get so mad that he would just smash the phone against his knee to where it literally was arced.
Yeah.
His phone was arced in the shape of his knee because he would bust it up.
I bet he don't do that now. He's got to buy his own phone.
Yeah, right? Yeah, that's that's how it works.
That's my mother's wisdom. You'll quit tearing up them shoes when you got to buy them for yourself.
That's true.
Yeah, it is true.
Well, like I said, now we don't go outside anyway, so.
Yeah.
I work from home, so I don't even have to leave to go to work. So I don't have to step outside in all this winter standing anyway. But anyway, as far as I wanted to talk about with games into screen, I just started watching The Last of Us. I think there are 3 episodes in now on The Last of Us, and man, it blew me away. I've never seen anything so close to how they're going from if you go play the game and the certain things that are being done and certain images that are happening, and then you watch the show, they are just they are so dead on.
All right.
And the actors are the way they're playing the characters dead on. Okay. I mean, all right. So moving right along.
Right along.
Let's talk a little bit about something that's been bothering me for quite a few years now.
Uh-oh.
And the little thing called the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
What are they thinking?
They're not.
What are they? What I mean, okay. If they want to change their name to the Music Hall of Fame, because I don't want to say any of these people aren't deserving of recognition for what they've done over the years. Dolly Parton deserves recognition for what she's done over the years.
She's got it in the Country Music Hall of Fame.
Yeah, well, I mean, or she can get into the Hall of Fame. I don't know. There's
probably
plenty.
have to beat that out.
There's plenty that some of these people can be recognized for. But if you're going to call yourself the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, like to me, growing up, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame meant something completely different than what it is today. And Dolly Parton even last year came out and said that she didn't think that she belonged there.
Yeah, she did do say that.
And in the Hall of Fame still, well, oh, that's not how it works. If you're nominated, you're nominated. You can't not be.
But in her defense, she did strap on a guitar and belt out a rock song.
Yeah, which is
she
awesome.
did it. She goes, "I do this just so I feel like I fit."
That's
which
awesome.
was cool.
But the reason I want to talk about that is because this year they're doing it again. The nominees on the ballot that don't make sense to me. Cyndi Lauper's got a place somewhere, but is it the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? I don't think so.
They got one for pop music because I mean that's really all she ever did.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just weird that some of the choices that they. Missy Elliott.
Who the hell's Missy Elliott?
White Stripes. White Stripes? Are they even eligible yet?
Well, you gotta go for a certain time to be eligible.
Yeah, you have to. I know. I mean, it used to be that way. Yeah, you had to be. Your first album had to have been out so many years ago before you qualified to even be nominated. So I don't. I mean, I guess it's been a while since White Stripes.
I don't have any idea. All I know is there's a band that should be in there that's not in there, and it really aggravates me.
Well, there's a few, and I want to talk about that too because there's some that.
That'd be Grand Funk. Grand Funk Railroad deserves to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Bad Company. They're not in there. Guess who?
Wait a minute. Well, Bad Company's not in there either.
No. Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden ain't in there?
Iron Maiden's been nominated twice, but they're not in there.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have thought they'd got in there years ago.
Nope.
That's weird.
Motley Crue's not in there. Motorhead's not in there. Ozzy's not in there.
None of Ozzy? Black Sabbath or nothing?
Maybe Black Sabbath. I don't know. I didn't dive that deep, but Ozzy's not in there. Soundgarden's not in there. Which if Pearl Jam's going to be in there, I really believe that Soundgarden should be in there.
Pearl Jam's in there?
Yeah, Pearl Jam's
Grand
in
Funk
there.
Railroad ain't.
Nope.
Man.
Nope.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame sucks. Not that I hate Pearl. I like Pearl Jam. At least their first, well, not the first. I don't know if it was a 10. It's the album I like from the rest of them I ain't too fond of.
I think that's a lot of people say that. I agree. I think 10 was definitely their greatest. They've had some songs on some of the other albums that I did enjoy. But yeah, 10 was just one of those albums where every single song hit with me. Every single one. There's not a single song on that album that I don't like.
What's a good album?
The next one, I can't even remember what it's called. I know they had 5 Against 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Against 1. 5 Against 1. That one. I don't know. That was on their second album. But that was a good song, but I couldn't name anything else that was. Oh, I think maybe Daughter was on the second one. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't look into those enough to say which ones, but I just know that 10 was a very good album. So I'm not saying Pearl Jam isn't deserving to be in there, but if they are, then Soundgarden definitely should be. Soundgarden paved the way for everything. Even Nirvana. Soundgarden was out there before Nirvana was. I mean, they paved the way for everybody. So I don't know. It's weird to me that they're not in there. In fact, I don't even think Soundgarden was nominated. Oh yeah, they've been nominated twice, but they didn't. They haven't been in yet, which is weird.
And guess who ain't in there?
Nope. Guess who's not in there?
Canadian guys, ain't he?
But Willie Nelson is on the ballot this year.
Has he ever played a rock song?
No.
I don't know. I don't know much about Willie Nelson.
Well, you know about his drummer
Oh yeah.
that used to be a mechanic.
Yeah. That was a good story too.
Yeah, it's just weird to me. Yeah, Willie Nelson's on. George Michael's on the ballot. I like George Michael. I liked Wham. I really did. But
it's pop music.
it's
It ain't
pop
rock
music. Yeah, it's that when I think of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I don't think about these people. Sheryl Crow.
She ever played rock? I think she kind of played some rock music.
I mean, she definitely
don't
was
know.
a
I think
rocker,
she
but
played a little bit of rock and roll.
a little bit.
style
I mean,
music.
she's got I mean, she's okay, but she's not like if I think about a rocker like that, I would think like Joan Jett. The Runaways aren't on there. The Runaways have never even been nominated. Joan
Really?
Jett, yeah.
Oh,
And Joan Jett she's a rocker. I would say Joan Jett before Sheryl Crow. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know much about either one of them.
I know Sheryl Crow is the one that did the
Megadeth.
Every
in there?
Day.
Or is Megadeth nominated?
Yeah, they've never been in there.
They should be in there.
Yeah, Megadeth's not in there.
And Motley
Motley
ain't
Crue's not in
Now
there.
that I'm surprised by. They're in 80s and 90s.
Another band that's paved the
Well,
way.
pretty much
for
the
stuff.
80s were ruled by Motley Crue.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should definitely be in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The Monkees. I put the Monkees on this list because this has been. I've not only have I seen this as a conversation before, but I've seen it as a heated conversation before. I really do love the Monkees. I mean, the Monkees had.
He really does.
I'll walk around the house singing.
Tries to
and
get
stuff
us to
all
play
day.
some in our band.
It'll happen. But the reason I want to bring it up is because I am a huge Monkees fan, but I don't believe that they belong in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense.
No,
they didn't.
We're talking like a 60s boy band kind of. I mean, like what you would consider a boy band, thrown together.
I mean, they were thrown together. They didn't. I mean, at first they didn't. They were told to show up into the studio, and they laid down vocal tracks. Not really even in there at the same time. Half the time they would, hey, okay, Davey's got these songs to sing, so he's going to be in at this time of day. Music's already done. They would just go in and lay down some vocal tracks. Peter didn't sing at all, so he really isn't even featured on the albums in many cases. I think he was allowed to go in. Mike Nesmith had a separate contract. He had a contract where he wrote so many songs that he was able to go in and produce himself. And he did allow Peter Tork to go in and play bass or maybe some guitar on a couple of those tracks, which is funny because Peter Tork was an incredible instrumentalist all around. But he wasn't featured on any of their original stuff until Headquarters, which, by the way, my son Steven, 19-year-old son, got me Headquarters for Christmas this year. Thank you, Steven. You had gone to favorite status for the moment. Sorry, Michael. Michael gave me my favorite son gave me this coffee mug, so that was great. And then I got the record from Steven. So then keep the battle going, guys. Keep the battle going. So.
I'm surprised little head didn't peek around the corner and go, Dad!
Oh, yeah, right. yeah. My youngest daughter, you saw earlier, she got pretty angry at that coffee mug, so. But, yeah, they would say themselves that they were kind of forced to become a band. They didn't have any, they were a TV show. They were actors.
The TV show was good.
The TV show was great. It was fun. It was a nice little 25-minute escape to watch. I mean, I still, to this day, I'll enjoy that show. It's
Better than their
funny.
music.
Well, again, their music wasn't even all really there. There's a couple of them where, one of my favorite songs, alternate title, Harry's. Oh, I can't even say it. Harry's spouse get or something like that.
What?
It's a good song. The title of the song is never mentioned.
Something like Harry Dingus or something.
Yeah, no, it's the name of a song that was. it wasn't allowed to be called the name of the song because it was offensive, so they changed it to alternate title.
Oh.
Um,
They had offensive stuff back then like they do now?
well, I mean...
Oh, wait, everything's offensive now, my
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, exactly. But, yeah, no, I just didn't think that I didn't think that they belong in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and they never will. Nobody's ever gonna say that Mickey Dolenz inspired them, or Davy Jones inspired them.
Wasn't he the drummer?
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't inspire
Greatest drummer ever.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But he was barely a drummer then. He actually became a good drummer by 2003.
Only took him 40 years.
Well, no, I'm not saying that, but good. But they when they did get back together in the '80s, back in the time that I was growing up, they weren't really. They were all just up front singing, and they had, professional musicians backing them up, and they were just up there singing. They weren't even.
Right.
And when they finally got Michael Nesmith to come up and play with them for a while, that was when Mike said, "I'll only go out on the road with you guys if we play as a band." Like the show was. So Mickey, you get on those drums, Peter, you play that bass, and that's how they wanted to do it, and they did it. I mean,
did you get a free ticket to that?
a free ticket?
Yeah, because I wouldn't have paid to see it if I would have took a free ticket.
Oh, I would have. I think I was overseas at the time. I never had a chance to go see them. I did see them in the '80s when it was just
That's what I was talking about.
Peter, Mickey, and Davey. I did see that. That was I was. What, 12? So
well, you did get a free ticket.
I got a free ticket. And I got to sit up on my dad's shoulders the entire show. So that was a bonus.
All right.
And that was a good show, too, because they also had Gary Puckett and Unigap was playing. The Grassroots were playing. There was a bunch of, big 60s bands. Yeah, it was a good time. For a 12-year-old kid, that was actually my first concert. I had a blast. Got to spend the whole time up on my dad's shoulders. He couldn't see anything except for the, backs of everybody else. But he had me up.
That's what dads do.
That's what dads do. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, they don't belong in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. There's no argument
pop
there.
band. Pop band.
Right. Yeah, make the pop.
I don't know.
Pop
I guess
Hall
they
of
were.
Fame.
I don't know. They might have been like '60s rock and roll.
Even if they were, they didn't.
I mean,
they were kind of just.
Rock then sounded a whole lot different than it did when we grew up.
Yeah, but I still don't. They didn't.
I mean, like would you consider the Beach Boys rock?
No.
But they were rock for their time.
No, but I actually think they're in. I'll have to double check on that, but I actually think Beach Boys are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Well, then I don't have any idea. I don't know anything. All I know is it's like down a 3-4 hour drive from here, and we can go see. It's right in Ohio.
Sounds like a good road trip someday.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's just in. I'm pretty sure it's setting right around the lake, right in northern Ohio.
Yeah. I think I went there once with my friend Brian many years ago, but I've got holes in my memory, so I don't remember a lot of stuff. But yeah, just like in Quantum Leap, you bouncing through time, you get holes in your memory. I guess that's what's happening to me.
Yeah.
Maybe Sam Beckett is somewhere inside my body right now.
Getting Holstimers.
Holstimers. That could be too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. So the band I want to talk about for this episode is Superbike.
Superbike. I know that band.
Yes, we played with them in Indiana. They're an Indiana band.
All right.
We played with them a couple months ago. We played at a place called Cheers Pub in South Bend, Indiana. God, that was another night that was lots of fun. Our guitar player Jason Bass is not only is he with us, he's also in another band called Osterbox, and he did double duty that night. He played with us and he played a set with them, and then Superbad came out and played in. Holy cow! Superbad. Yeah, isn't that a movie?
I don't have any idea.
Sorry, guys. Superbike. Yeah, they They came up and played, and they just blew me away. They were so great. They had so much energy, and they did a cover of an MCR song, which I am a My Chemical Romance fan, and they did that, which I've never seen anybody cover My Chemical Romance, and they did, and it was awesome. I was right up in front singing every word. It was great. But they have a 2-song EP out right now. You can find it on Amazon, iTunes, what have you. Look them up. Superbike band. This song is called "I Hate My Friends."
I hate my friends.
Indeed.
It's a good song name, I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've got a few friends of mine that I wouldn't mind beating the hell out of every once in a while.
It's not very nice.
It's not, but I've got my reasons with some of these people.
I mean, it could be arranged.
Yes, it
Just
could.
saying. I mean, you know.
Some of your best friends are the ones that you really want to kill at times, because that's why they're your best friends. You get close enough to
don't want to
know
kill
that.
people. You got to blurt that word. You
CILL.
got to blurt that word
My
out.
landlord.
YouTube won't have it. I'm gonna tell you now, they won't have it.
Yes, they will. That's how. I mean, that's Eddie Murphy. Kill my landlord.
Yeah, but this ain't the '80s no more, and everybody's offended by every thing you do.
Why, whatever do you mean?
I mean, everything you do.
Oh. Well, all right then.
So we probably should go to this track.
All right, we will go to the track.
It's over here, apparently.
What?
It's a joke, dude.
I'm so out of it. I don't need. You must explain this joke to me because I
Yeah.
don't get it.
It's a track over here.
Is there?
Do I really have to explain it?
Yes. 'Cause I don't know what you mean.
It's a joke.
Oh, I guess it's just a really not funny one. So.
Over here. Track.
Alrighty then. The song is called "I Hate My Friends." That was I Hate My Friends by Superbike, an Indiana band that I hope we get to play with again one day because they are phenomenal. They are a lot of fun. They are great guys. They're entertaining. And they're just good to hang out with and get drunk with. That's always a fun thing to do.
Did we get drunk with them?
I mean, probably.
I don't remember.
That's probably why.
We're going to get drunk with Dead Fruit.
Yes, we are playing with Dead Fruit on February 18th in Jackson at the Music Box. We are playing with them again in Jackson at the Music Box on March 11th. And then we are going to be playing in Hamilton Street Pub in Saginaw on March 25th. Yeah, so we got a few things going on this next month. So exciting times to be a donner.
A donor?
A donner. That's what.
A donor.
Yeah, that's what we're going with.
As what?
Our
fan
19
base?
Till Dawn fans are donners.
Donners.
Yeah.
I like it.
I just came up with that just now. That's how my mind works. It's just always going. It's always ticking. I'm always coming up with new ideas. Because,
Because he's a Donner fan.
Donner fan.
Donner.
On Donner, on Cupid, on Blitzen.
Lord have mercy.
Nah, I don't know all the reindeer people. I know Rudolph.
It's because you like his big red nose.
That's right. It means he's been drinking a lot. That's what red noses mean. This is a metaphor.
That's what your wife does. Oh wait,
Wife
hers
drinks
goes
a lot?
numb.
It does, yeah.
Not turns red. Her cheeks get red and her nose turns numb.
If you ever come see us play and my wife is there and if you ever see her do this, that means she's toasted.
Yeah, and it's hilarious.
It is.
Yeah, it's pretty damn funny.
And she's probably gonna be mad at me for giving away her secrets.
She'll be alright. She'll get over it.
Just don't tell anybody.
Yeah,
that we told you. All right, so that was episode number 2. There's a little bit of a blabber today, being a little crazy, being all over the place, but I think we did all right. It was okay for a second show.
Well, the rest is stuff on here.
Is there more stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, what else we got?
I don't know. There's something about Matchstick Entertainment.
Yeah. Well, okay. So let's look into the future and find out what we're gonna do next time. So.
Oh, is that what that is?
That is what that is.
I knew that.
So. We're going to do it. We're going to do this again, and I know it's going to work this time. Hey, Gnarly Daren! What are we going to do next time? Well, thank you, Gnarly Daren. Well, since the last time this didn't work out so well, and we talked about Black Hole Media, and they went under, one thing I know for sure, Matchstick Entertainment's not going to go under. You know why? Because we are Matchstick Entertainment. Matchstick Entertainment is the production company that has done all of the stuff for 19 Till Dawn. The books that I've written and put out, Panic Gate and Final Solution, those have been put out under Matchstick Entertainment. I use Matchstick Entertainment for pretty much everything. And next time, I'm going to talk about it. So, I know it's not going to go under because it's me! Alright, back to the past, Gnarly Daren. Present Gnarly Daren, I guess. You know what I mean. Shut up. Alright, Gnarly Daren, take over. Well, thank you, Gnarly Daren. So, we know that next time is going to be accurate because 19 Till Dawn is still going to be around. Matchstick Entertainment is still going to be around.
All right.
So, this will work out much better. So, we're going to do a whole show. We're going to play a new song by 19 Till Dawn.
Ooh, which one?
Walk Away.
I like that one.
Yeah. I think this song is really some really good work. We got the masters back for it the other day, and
yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, it sounds great. So I can't wait to play that for you. And we'll talk a little bit more about Seth and Tia too. Seth and Tia was kind of a joint project. My friend Steve Hassey and I kind of shared production on that one. So I think I'm okay to talk about that one.
Show a clip.
We'll show a clip. Yeah. Right. I don't know if we're gonna show that clip.
Oh.
Because there'd be
the best clip in the world.
Yeah, but talk about editing.
Oh no, there is that other clip though. In the apartment.
Oh yeah.
Could show that one, but pretty sure that'd have to be really blurred.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's the problem. Is there's a lot that's. Yeah, I'll have to find a spot that doesn't have to be overly censored. Not to mention the F-bomb is dropped almost every other word in that movie. So I think somebody counted it once.
Oh no, that was from the other movie.
Okay. We're not talking about that one.
That was me that counted them and told you. And there was more than one a minute.
No, there's. I would say I think somebody did the same thing with Seth and Tia. Somebody gave us a count. It might have actually been Steve himself.
You remember that movie? It's the greatest movie ever made.
Does have a great song in it.
It does.
A song that you used to like. Don't really like so much anymore.
I don't dislike it. I just don't like playing it.
No. I like it.
Maybe if we updated it. Like we got a song, look, a few of them older songs we need to update.
Yeah. And believe it or not, 19 Till Dawn's been around for a decade. Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Well, I've been in the band for 10 years now.
So it's been oh
almost 10 years. It'll be 10 years in March.
Ooh. Man, you're old.
I am old.
Anyway, that's our show. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys come in for the next one in March. Because I still think right now, I think once a month is a perfectly good pace. The editing takes some time.
I did offer to edit.
Yeah.
He said no.
Yeah. Editing is like the only reason I do this. My favorite part of the job. It is very time consuming though. So, but where are we at?
I don't know.
All right, that is perfect. So, thank you for joining us for episode 2 of the Gnarly Daren Hour. We will talk to you next time.